Mr. Will Scarlet is there.
All right.
All right, so it looks like, and he did bring a warrior, but it got banned. So maybe Chrisswimlee did his homework. Ban the face warrior.
Take that out.
So we have both of them playing mage, warlock, and then Chrisswimlee has that paladin.
Yeah, so this first matchup, which is the tempo mage from Chrisswimlee against the freeze mage for Rosty, is definitely a matchup favored for Rosty. A lot of the times the freeze mage has
Face mage, apparently, in chat, by the way.
What is face mage?
Yeah, that's what Rosty's playing, is face mage.
Playing freeze mage.
Not according to chat.
The matchup's definitely favored for tempo mage unless they can get really, really crazy early aggression with like cards like the Flame Waker that can just put too much damage on. But Rosty kind of recognizes that he needs to destroy the Flame Waker as soon as possible, which we see him doing here. Because without the Flame Waker, the tempo mage very rarely can actually push enough damage to the point that they can put enough pressure onto the freeze mage.
I know card draw is important, but is Novice Engineer like super common? Or is it kind of like a tech
Novice
card?
Engineer is the new loot order.
Is it better, or just for tempo reasons?
I've always liked, even back when Loot Hoarder was more popular, I've always liked Novice Engineer simply because it's immediate, and a lot of the times, not all the time, but most games, you do need to like ping your own Loot Hoarder. So.
Oh, because then you end up spending 4 mana to draw a card instead of just the 2.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you play Loot Hoarder and you have to ping your own Loot Hoarder to try to draw for lethal, but if you have Novice, then it gives you a higher chance in the situation. It's kind of the same effect. The 2-1 very rarely actually helps, other than the 1-1. Sometimes it does. A lot of times when they stop your opponent from like dropping like a nice
Animal
or
Golem
something,
though coming out, so
watch out.
interesting right there. Maybe he'll find some weird way to silence it.
Man, I mean, it's gonna die this turn, no? Oh, I guess Ross doesn't really have enough mana to clear the board yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Rossi's hand is glitched. Yes. We're gonna need to re-spectate Rossi's hand. I didn't even notice. I can't believe I didn't look at it like this whole time. But Rossi's hand is definitely glitched. So sorry about that, guys. We'll get that fixed in just a second. I was like, why does he still have 2 mana? Or 3 mana? I was like, that doesn't seem right. Chrisswimlee has a decent. Like, his hand is good. He has card draw. He has the Archmage at night. His next turn, he can drop Archmage coin missiles and just kind of start the train.
It's pretty good.
Rosty, on the other hand, is more of an awkward position. He does have the Blizzard Doomsayer here. Oh, he's actually not going to play the Doomsayer. Interesting. I guess he doesn't need to, right?
Yeah, no reason to. I mean, just the ping is the same as the Doomsayer, basically.
Yeah, that's very true. He used to save that.
He does lose a little bit of tempo by not playing the Doomsayer, but does still have another Blizzard that he could combo with the Doomsayer.
Yeah, it's actually amazing. Chrisswimlee's putting on so much pressure with this Archmage at tonight. It's going to make it really, really hard for Rosty to be able to deal with it. He's going to have to burn a Fireball on this, and then he's going to know that Chrisswimlee has 2 Fireballs alone in his hand. And we see a Frostbolt too, so that's pretty much all of Rossi's health.
Rossi's faces the plays at this point.
Oh, new play.
He's just going all in. Oh, no. Never mind. He like.
Yeah, he has to freeze that to
okay.
avoid the damage.
Lose, yeah.
He's basically assuming he can win in 2 turns.
Aha!
This is a really interesting play coming out from Chrisswimlee. He played it really fast. I'm not really sure if this was the correct play or not, but
what would you prefer?
I mean, I don't even have time to think about it. I don't really know.
I mean, he can't really go fireball.
I'm sorry.
I guess that is true.
But Rosty topped it a second fireball.
So is that game?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He topped out to fireball. So.
I am speechless.
That was a very, very fast game 1.
So Rossi just kind of going on the aggressive,
from chat.
kind of seeing that. What is it saying?
Why are you disconnected from chat?
I have no idea, dude.
All right, guys. I want you to interact with us, not just on Twitch, but on YouTube. I want to know what you guys thought about that game in the comments below. If you thought that Chrisswimlee played that too fast, if he had another option, what you thought the right play was.
Oh man, he was
there.
totally dead there. Like, I don't care what he did. He was definitely.
Well,
Chrisswimlee was definitely dead.
If Rosty top decks the fireball, yeah.
That was crazy. Rossi was just like, I'm just gonna draw fireball. It's just Alex Straza. He just drag your face.
You know what? I'm behind.
Yeah.
That Antonitis too much for me. Boop. Alex Straza. Let's. I don't even know. There's like a Hail Mary.
What a lucker.
That was literally a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Is that Will Scarlet?
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Cole.
So game 2 we have here going on here is Zoo versus Tempo Mage. Now this is another matchup that's favored for Rosty. Zoo has a really easy time just populating the board, and although there are certain hands like Chrisswimlee's, which is like rather reactive, where you can like get a Flame Waker coin missiles turn and like really take control of the board. Most of the time, the Zoo just has too many minions.
Do you find it interesting at all that he chose to do that? I mean,
it
turned out terrible for him.
that one's super bad.
It actually went out full awful, actually.
Yeah. Like, the only way that works out is if all 3 missiles hit minions.
Yeah.
And even then, like, most of the time it doesn't work out.
Or no, if one hit the Void Caller, it wouldn't be that bad.
Well, 1 needs to hit the Void Caller and 2 need to hit the Peddler. Otherwise, you basically just waste the missiles. You use missiles to kill a Void Walker.
Yeah.
And now Chrisswimlee just is in a really, really bad position if Rosty finds a way to kill this Flame Waker, which in his hand at the moment he doesn't have. So it's pretty lucky for Chrisswimlee that it's going to live a full turn, but I mean, just the 1 turn alone probably isn't going to be enough to.
All right, so question here: does it matter? Never mind, in a different play than I.
Yes, I do think you should have fireballed the
That's
King
what-
boss,
okay, that's-
coin Arcane Blast.
That's what I was gonna say. But my question is, do you? What is happening?
I have no idea. Okay, so essentially, I mean, I guess he's gonna coin. He's just gonna sacrifice his whole board.
Does he know that? No, he doesn't.
I don't think he knew.
I don't think he was paying attention.
That seemed. That
The facial reactions there, and then Rosty with the smile.
Yeah,
about
so I
it
mean,
too.
Chrisswimlee's in like a really bad
Yeah,
position.
he just wastes his entire hand to kill his own board.
Yes, essentially.
But no, what
great draw.
my question was, do you attack your Flame Waker into the Void Caller before or after you play the spells? Do you try and
Probably
have
before.
it? Okay, so
But I mean, so you would probably attack into it before,
and then
fireball.
yeah, that's what I was asking.
And then coin probably just ping or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you generally you get your minion damage in
normally
first.
you would, because like most of the time you're gonna have to hit into it.
Yeah, okay.
You might as well just.
That's
like,
what I thought. Like,
hope for
because if
more
it hits
shots
it
at
twice, then you're just like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
I was gonna do that anyway.
Snap. So.
Snap. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Shucks.
So he goes with the.
Sorry,
the
sorry,
Unstable
Twitch and
Portal.
YouTube.
He goes with the Unstable Portal, gets a Tomb Pillager, which is pretty good, but his hand is so weak, and Rossi can just sit there and play minions. Like, look at this. That Enhanced Mechanico is going to give
Feel like
4 Wind Furies. Wait, how many? 4? Was that 5 Wind Furies?
5 Wind Furies. What are the odds? What is that? 1 and 3
That's
to
insanity.
the 5th power.
That is literally insanity.
What was 3 to the 5th?
I don't know. A lot. Too many.
3 to the 5th is. Hey, ask Fortran. You're in the car with him.
This thing keeps
Will Scarlet.
My phone keeps disconnecting from chat.
Ask Fortran what 3 to the 5th is, and then put a 1 over the top of that. So it's 1 over that. Is it 215? 1 and 215? I don't know.
1 and 2. I don't know. Basically, he dies.
Yeah, so Chrisswimlee down 2 very quickly.
Yeah,
Gonna be going up against a Druid now.
Yeah, it was a quick 2-0 coming out from Rosty there, and he's going to be left with just his final deck, Rosty, which is his Druid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a pretty good deck to have last.
Yeah, beating a Druid 3 times in a row, difficult, unless you're a Warrior, of course, in which case it's 100%.
No. Definitely not. So
What? You said it was 100%.
Who said it was 100%?
You. You said Warrior versus Druid is 100%.
Yeah, Druid wins.
No, you said Warrior. Both ways it was 100% is what you said, actually.
Both ways what?
You said if you're
Oh,
the Warrior
yeah.
against a Druid, it's 100%. If you're a Druid against a Warrior,
What I was
it's
saying is that
100%.
like if both players think they're always favored in that matchup, except for Control Warrior. Currently, Control Warrior is so bad against Druid, it's disgusting. But either way, we have a pretty decent Zoo opening from Chrisswimlee. And Zoo is technically normally favored against Druid, but especially the double keeper opening, all Rosty needs, well, what he needed was like a Wild Growth, and his hand would be insane. Luckily enough for Chrisswimlee, he's going to dodge that Wild Growth, and it's going to be a pretty slow opening for Rosty, giving Chrisswimlee a good chance to populate
there's a
that
possibility
board.
that this Zoo can just kind of steamroll a little bit, especially if no swipe is drawn. Could end up forcing nature to be used as a clear.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see that in a couple turns here. This Coin Defender is rather annoying for Rosty. He does have the Keeper to silence off the egg, so it's not too big of a deal, and he can follow that up with another Keeper to get through the Voidwalker. So, I mean, overall it's not too bad, but
Mind control tech really good, actually.
yeah, mind control tech is actually a really
huge
strong pickup.
Because it's gonna definitely pick up something here.
Actually,
maybe not.
No, it will, because he's going to end up playing the abusive as well.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So it gives him a decent turn. He can drop the mind control tech. He's probably going to end up stealing the Void Walker, and then that lets him hero power down the 2-1. So
most likely.
that's like the dream.
Whatever
right?
the best is, that's what you get.
Yeah. So it looks like he's actually going to go with the keeper. The thing about mind control tech in this matchup is you can get value with it almost all the time. So it's not too big of a deal if you miss it for a turn.
I feel like that's okay. I would have preferred just tap Direwolf or something.
Yeah,
or
a lot of times when you're playing Z, you want to try to squeeze in as many taps as possible, give yourself as many
especially
options
because
as possible.
you had to use both minions anyway. Where with the Direwolf, you could have done it and saved the defender.
You know, this living room is actually really, really strong. It allows him to not only develop a shredder, but also continue clearing off the board. Chrisswimlee is actually trading into the shredder, which surprises me a decent amount because I feel like he's in one of those positions where you really need to start pushing face damage if you want to close out this game. I'm not sure the exact list that Chrisswimlee is running, but if he is running like the more regular list now, which is maybe 1 or 2 Sea Giants and Leroy, then he might have enough damage to kind of finish off his opponent with a Leroy top deck. But I mean, if he gives Rossi too much
at the same time, though, at the same time, he can't really afford to make a mistake. Like if he does do that and pushes face, and loses board control, and he's short of lethal, then it's just like, oh, that's the tournament.
Yeah, that's true, but I mean, I feel like he took an unoptimal trade against the shredder. Trading into a shredder.
Oh yeah.
Trading into a shredder is almost always wrong, simply because it takes too many resources, I guess you could say. And Chrisswimlee actually draws double implosion, which is probably some of the worst cards he could see here.
Yeah, right now.
I mean, and then Dr. Boom comes soaring out, no problem. Abusive's not a bad draw.
No,
He actually
this will allow him to.
Implosion.
I mean, I like it.
Double implosion. Let's rock and roll. Swipe's not a card. Interesting. He actually opts not to kill the final boom bot. Just push a little bit more damage face.
No swipe.
Not yet. Not yet. Aw. He deserved it. He deserved it.
Right, yeah.
So it looks like he might be going for the... that was kind of an unfortunate boom bot, but probably a micro tech here, steal the 2-4. He deserved it. Right, all right, anyway, so Rossi's hand, he does have combo in hand. He's not under a ton of pressure because there's not really much going on board for Chrisswimlee right now.
Hell, does get that
really for Seeker off Dark Peddler is huge.
Yeah.
It's gonna make it really, really difficult for Rossi to live this much. He might have to combo.
Yeah, this is smart of Chrisswimlee to clear this off because he does know that at this point, leaving any minions on board. Okay, I'm dead. Yeah. With a combo in hand.
He definitely wants to be careful not to die to something a little ridiculous when he's sitting on a board like this.
Mm-hmm.
Rossi does have the option to combo here. I mean, he already has a 1-1 on board, so he could clear a majority of the board and just kind of put his faith in the minions left in his deck. Because if he uses the combo here, that's going to be it for combo. He'll have no more Force of Natures, and he'll have only 1 Savage Roar left. But
yeah, and the nice thing for Chrisswimlee is that he does know that Rossi Hat doesn't have a swipe. Yeah, he obviously would have used it.
Rossi's digging for it. You saw him.
Yeah, he obviously would have used it earlier, so doesn't have one now, and that does give Chris a little bit of leeway.
He wrapped for 1, digging for the swipe. You can see his reaction on his face. He's into pulling it. He hasn't dropped either one of his swipes yet in this game. That's really getting to him. But
yeah, we're about halfway through the deck, I believe.
Yeah, and he does have to use actually the second Force of Nature there to clear off. But he's still in a good spot, I feel like. He has the Ancient of Lore in hand, which is really strong, and also the BJH in case Chrisswimlee ends up drawing into Dr. Boom.
That is a pretty strong Lotheb, though. I would have... Oh, I thought for a second he didn't play it.
Oh, yeah.
Just because the end turn, I was like... But, yeah, I mean, it's pretty strong. It's a powerful body.
That was a good top deck for the turn, which is Druid Claw, allowing him to continue drawing. So actually drops the naked BGH first to ensure that he doesn't misorder it, and follows it up with the Dr. Boom here. So Dr. Boom is one of the best cards Rossi could actually see, because if he ends up picking up a swipe, then everything just goes really well for him. So I'd like to see probably a Wild Growth here, just to dig for the swipe. So he has 2 left in his deck, so because if he draws swipe, he can just swipe BGH, clear off the entire board. Other than actually, he could literally clear the whole board. You just attack into the Drake into the egg, swipe the Ruby that comes out, and the BGH. Clear the entire board. You're in such a good spot. But without this swipe, this turn, you might end up taking too much damage to actually be able to win this game. Rossi doesn't draw it again. A second Savage Roar.
How many cards, production, can we find out how many cards Rossi has?
Yeah, let's do a quick card count on each
See what the odds of not drawing one are.
There's 11 cards left in Rossi's deck.
So both swipes in the bottom, like 10 essentially, or whatever. You know, the bottom third of your deck against a zoo is not fun.
Yeah, so I mean, Chrisswimlee does not have lethal quite yet.
After this peddler, he does.
No, nothing you can get out of this peddler would end up giving lethal. Anything?
Sure, it does, because then the boombot hits for 4 on face.
Oh, of course. Well, I mean, he has lethal already then, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So luckily enough, the boombot does dodge the shade in action. That's really good for Rossi because Rossi's gonna need that shade. And I'm actually surprised that Chrisswimlee picked up the in-game boss over anything else, because
what does he care about the 1 health for? And he knows that there's swipes in there that's just gonna kill it anyway.
Yeah. So Rossi's gonna go with the heal on his Ancient Allure, which I like. Just kind of stay out of range of anything too crazy. Innervate out the
especially
Shredder.
the second peddler knowing there's not gonna have that PO reach.
I think I'd like to see Rossi kill
PO.
off the 2-3 here. You could argue with him killing the Boombot as well, but I feel like it's probably better not to kill the Boombot after playing a Shredder.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe like drop the Ancient Lore.
I don't know what the odds of it actually killing the Shredder are.
Like 100%.
Right?
Oh man. So he actually decides to keep
gets
it
the PO.
stealth.
And is that enough? No.
Okay, so Sea Giant comes out here, and then also a PO on his egg. Brutal turn for Rosty. Chrisswimlee's feeling. Oh, he actually didn't PO his egg. Wow. Oh, thank goodness it didn't kill that. If that would have killed that, Rossi would have been in a lot of trouble. So Chrisswimlee, unfortunately, doesn't get
definitely needed to play that. I mean, is he saving the egg there just as a swipe protection?
He's dead, so it's kind of
okay. But
I don't know. I have no idea why he's saving that. It didn't end up mattering too much, but at the end of the day, it looks like Rossi is going to be able to pick up lethal here with the double Savage Roar hero power. And I don't even know what damage it is, but it's a lot. It's
20.
16. Yeah, you're right. It is 20.
yeah.
Oh, you didn't count hero power.
No, it's 20.
What? 8 plus 8 is 16.
Okay.
Plus 4. 16 plus 5 is 21.
Oh, 8.
Sorry.
The combo is 20.
Sorry, wait.
The cards was 20.
Sorry.
You didn't need to.
Sorry, you're fired.
All right. I'm fired, guys.
Yeah, you're fired.
I'm fired. What is up here? Did we find out the math on that
Is
one?
it over?
Yeah, that was it. Around 1 and 243.
Wait, it's over?
Yeah. Rosty won 3 already. He literally just like raffle stomped all 3 of them.
Wow, I had literally no idea it was over.
It was that fast. Because remember the mage deck.
Wow.
And then Rosty won with his zoo.
Good games.
And then
He was just. That was crazy. Fastest series I think I've ever seen.
actually, especially a best of 5 series. That was nuts, guys. So.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. That was awesome.
Yeah,
if you guys
absolutely.
are new to watching, this is Monday Night Fireside number 22. We're here in downtown Santa Ana at Esports Arena. We're here every single Monday night. It is a open tournament to sign up. It is $5 for our members to sign up, $10 for our non-members, $150 prize pool, plus $5 for each of our participants.
Yeah, so I think today there was
about $300 prize pool.
30 players and stuff. So
Yeah, so pretty good. It's a good time, good competition.
Actually,
fun.
it was exactly 300 or 295, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Something like
Okay.
that. I think it was exactly $295.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much. It is Monday night here at Esports Arena. I'm your co-host, Shimona,
Co-host.
and this is my host, Wade.
Exactly. I host you. Also, check out the other videos that we have on YouTube.
We always put up our finals of our Monday nights. If you guys want to see all the players that have won over the last several weeks.
And the videos saying everything that's coming up this week.
Yeah.
As well as a bunch of new content that we're going to be putting out. Like last week, some of our staff, Mark and Mel, they played Move or Die. And Sam, yeah. They played Move or Die, which is pretty funny. Did you watch it?
I watched it.
Yeah,
it
it's
pretty
funny.
good.
I wanted to play now. I've never seen that game
It
before.
looked really hard. I feel like I would be bad at it.
But I think this week coming up, I don't know for positive what the game is. But there will be some more original content. I believe every Thursday is when we're recording it. Probably release on Friday or Saturday each week. So you got that to look forward to and everything. So just
yeah, the one we have this week is actually I think it's Keep Talking and Nobody Dies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't played it before, but it looks pretty fun. So you guys have to stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Then so Okay, so I was right. It will come out on Thursday. Friday. Sorry, production. It is Thursday or Friday. No, it is Friday. That's when that'll get released. So follow us on Twitter and stuff at Esports Arena. But hit the subscribe button if you guys are on YouTube. Yeah, actually, it's on my side.
It's on my side.
No, it's not.
It's on my side.
It's my side.
Right, it's right here.
Fine. Whatever.
All right, cool, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Come back next week or for the rest of the week for all future esports
Arena
videos.
events, yeah.
Boom.
For any game you like.
We love you.
We'll be having a bunch of it. So.